Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome to Live Hunts. I'm very happy to be in this game again, and it seems I'm playing with some French people, which is, it might be a positive thing, it might be a negative thing, I don't know yet, we're gonna find out. Sometimes the French people can't play worth a fuck, but now Demi is saying hola. I thought hola was Spanish, but anyway. I could be wrong. It's always possible that I'm wrong. But anyway, I do welcome you all to Doomlink's Live Hunt. Sorry that the beginning was a little bit slow there. I actually need to wake up. I kind of just woke up, and my sleep schedule was a little bit messed up because I changed it completely due to not sleeping one night after I smashed my arm. But I do work night shifts, so I ended up going to sleep at like 2 in the morning. Last night, because that's around the time I got home and had a shower and all of that. And, yeah, normally I go to sleep at 9, so I kind of couldn't get as much sleep as I needed because my body was like, no, don't sleep any longer, that's not normal. So I ended up waking up at 8 instead of 10, and yeah, I just need to wake up a little bit and then we should be good to do a commentary or whatever is necessary for this particular recording. And I would say that a commentary is necessary for this particular recording because every single time that I sit down and record a video, I do a commentary because I'm interested in engaging with my audience. But anyway, so I've been craving playing this game, and I will actually address the live stream from yesterday. Yesterday was the live stream from hell. I decided to sit down and play some Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, and wow, everything that could go wrong went wrong during that live stream, including, and I would like everyone to pay their respects to my left glass, which is unfortunately no longer with us. I don't know if you can see that, but that is well and truly a broken glass. If you don't know how it originally looked, it used to, look like a glass and it used to hold liquid. It no longer does that. I will be getting a new left glass. It might be Left Royale, just with the golden rim and stuff, and it's, I think, a bit of an older glass as well. I'm thinking of getting a set of 2, and yeah, that sort of saves me if I fuck up and break the bloody thing, but anyway. Don't know why I'm buying the drinks individually, apparently I'm an idiot. But anyway, yeah, that was a really terrible live stream where I was setting up for the live stream, which is a very janky setup when I'm recording PC, for those who are not aware, and quite frankly, I was looking at who was hunting in Freedom Unite, and there was one decent room for me to join, and I said, I'll be 2 minutes, guys, 2 minutes, and he said, oh, okay, we're just going to depart without you. And at that point, like a flip was switched in my head, and I became the most angry human being on planet Earth at that moment. Because, I come from Generations Ultimate, where everyone needs that instant gratification, fast hunting. No one wants to wait as much as 2 minutes over there either. And I just wanted to play something else, and I leave that shithole of a community to essentially be faced with the same thing, and it really, really bothered me. So here I am in the polar opposite to that. This is Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, where you can basically take 15 minutes to get ready for a hunt and no one's going to complain. That is the other extreme end of this spectrum, but I prefer that. I would prefer to waste my time than be stressed every single time I want to get into a hunt with people. But anyway, yeah, that's the situation. It's not just the fact that I wanted to have a more relaxed experience while hunting. It's also the fact that I really was craving playing this game. I was initially craving playing Freedom Unite, and then I sort of felt that it would be really nice to come into 3 Ultimate. I was sharing with my friend who is actually very soon getting Generations Ultimate on Switch. He just bought the Switch and he bought Breath of the Wild with it. He was able to get a good deal on that game and got it for a very low price, and so that he got that originally. Well, initially, I should say, not originally. And so he's playing that for now, but he played the Generations Ultimate demo and such, and yeah. I don't know if it's going to be necessary for me to get my keyboard up. I do have it connected, and I am interested in typing to people, but these people are French anyway, and you can't really see the chat, so it's not that amazing for me to be typing on the live stream, but anyway. Yeah, so what was I saying? Lost my train of thought. Yeah, so I was initially feeling like playing Freedom Unite, and then I thought, well, 3 Ultimate is just such a treasure of an experience. Generally, I wanted to play a different Monster Hunter to that of Generations Ultimate. It's not that I'm going to stop using that, it's just that... sorry. The reason why I said using was because I'm reading the chat while talking. You know how sometimes you say what you're reading when you're talking about something else? But, yeah... That person mentioned hammer, so I said using as in using a weapon. But no, I'm going to still play Generations Ultimate. It's just that I needed a short break from it, and I do still want to play it. It's not that I have a problem with the game. I have to kind of make these things clear, because when I suddenly decide that I don't want to play a game anymore, I'm very hardcore with that, and I won't play it for quite some time. But that's not the case with Generations Ultimate. I just wanted to experience this game a little bit again, and I was showing my friend who's just getting into Generations Ultimate, I was joking with him and I said, alright, now I can get a Wii U and play this game. And yeah, he's not a fan of the idea of underwater combat, which is fair enough, and that sort of leads into a very interesting discussion regarding underwater combat in this game. When underwater combat was current, as in when this game was the newest game, and the only game that didn't have underwater combat between Tri and this game was Portable Third, which made sense to me because it was a portable game, so I thought they wouldn't want to do underwater combat in that. And it was also done by a different team, so I thought in my head, yeah, it makes sense that they wouldn't want to do underwater combat as Tri did, because I would say that Portable Third and Tri were probably in development around the same time, because they didn't come out the same year actually. The English Tri came out the same year as the Japanese Portable Third, but the Japanese Tri came out in, I think, early 2009 sometime, basically a full 12 months before the English version of Tri came out. But I would say I wouldn't be surprised if the two games were in development around the same time, and definitely the development of Tri influenced the development of Portable Third. I'm not saying that, but I would say that Team B or Beta Team or Portable Team, however you want to refer to them, I would say that they made the decision to go ahead with not actually implementing underwater combat. Now, usually I use my gamepad to look at the hunter ranks of everyone in the room, but my gamepad's in a weird position and I can't really see. I'm going to have to look. So we've got 2 hunter rank 999s, and the other guy is hunter rank 397, I think? Yeah, so I'm the lowest hunter rank in this room at 358. Which is fair enough. I haven't really played this game regularly in like 3 years or more, so it makes sense that people are overtaking me in this way, but yeah. I don't think that I'm ever going to try and rank up that much more in this game. I'm just going to keep playing it whenever I feel like playing it, and yeah. I have got no idea when the servers are going to shut down in this game. I'm really scared for the day that happens, seriously, because it's this double-edged sword. It's this situation where if they shut down too soon, you're going to feel like you've been cheated, because you weren't able to experience the online for quite as long as you might have liked to. But then, if it's the opposite, and you keep experiencing it, it becomes that much harder to let go of it, because you've just gotten so used to having the online. I better say hello to these people. They might get the shits. Remember last time I didn't say hello to people? I actually got kicked like 3 times from the room. Like, hello? I've got my keyboard here. Now, when Generations Ultimate first came out, I was expecting, possibly quite foolishly, for the game to have the same sort of online functionality in terms of communication through keyboard that Tri and 3 Ultimate did. It did not. You're not able to type in a quest in Generations Ultimate, which is such a ridiculous thing, because I do understand that the Switch is, in many respects, a portable console, but I would have really liked for the functionality to be there for me to not only free type, because if I start typing here, it'll immediately start typing into the text box, and I can just escape to get rid of it if that was a mistake or whatever. But, yeah, seriously, it's just the whole situation with Generations Ultimate is that it just feels like a portable game in terms of its communication, and then it's not really a portable game, and I'm not playing it portably. It technically is a portable game if you think about it being on the Switch, but I don't play it portably, so it feels like a... What do you mean next? Okay, well, Angel doesn't really mind what we hunt, so I was thinking of actually hunting a Dire Morales, because it's been a long time since I have fought Dire Morales. Why are they doing turns? That's just weird. It's completely bizarre. I'm sure that everyone in this room, maybe Angel wants to hunt certain things, but I would suggest that these two Hunterang 999s are not really concerned as to what we do. So, again, you see this here. What you're witnessing right now is not a one-off. This isn't just this particular room being laid back. This is the game. This is the community. People are not in a rush to do anything. If you sit down to play 3 Ultimate, you're in for the long haul, because it's probably going to be like 20 minutes minimum before you get into a hunt, most likely. So that can be a negative thing. I realize this. Not everyone has that kind of time to sit down and play a game, and sometimes I don't have that time. But hey, I'm good at just sitting here and crapping on for a very long period of time, so it doesn't really bother me to be live streaming that sort of thing. I'm not even concerned that it might be downtime, because at this point I need some downtime after playing Generations Ultimate. There's a bit of downtime technically when you're trying to get a room organized and you need to wait for people to join, but still, like, the stress of having people not, you know, the constant situation, and I had it a number of times yesterday. It was probably worse yesterday when no, not yesterday, the day before, sorry, when I was actually playing Generations Ultimate. I had it even worse than usual. Like, I had a room together, and I lost my voice. So yeah, I was hunting with people, and a group of 3 would get together very, very quickly, given the room that I had created. Would have been like a G-rank hunt or something. And these people, already up for the quest, and they start pestering me to hell to depart. Both of them. One of them says, like, let's go. And then I respond with LOL, and then immediately after that the other guy's like, go. And I'm just like, fucking relax. You've been in the room for less than a minute, and you want to depart on the quest already, not waiting for a 4th. Just fucking relax. Lo and behold, in another 60 seconds, a 4th person joined. You know, it's that kind of environment is dog shit as far as I'm concerned. And I just can't stand that community. I had problems with the 4 Ultimate community, and quite frankly, it seems that that very same community has ended up in Generations Ultimate, which doesn't surprise me. It's fine. I actually had problems with this community as well at times, but because I was coming from Tri, so the difference between the community here and the community in Tri was like night and day in certain respects, but night and day in certain respects. But comparing this community to 4 Ultimate and Generations Ultimate, wow, you know, this is quite enjoyable by comparison. I don't know what we're hunting. Lou's going with slime, which is fair enough. Plain dangerous. I suppose I'll go Greatsword. I already have this equipped. Could have gone with ice for an element, but yeah, I just feel like going with Greatsword just for now. I haven't been using too much Greatsword lately, but yeah. I actually haven't used Greatsword that much in this particular game. It's been mostly light bowgun and heavy bowgun, which makes sense. I mean, of course, sword and shield as well, but that's because sword and shield is probably my favourite weapon type in 3rd gen. And I do love greatsword as well, but it seems that sword and shield most definitely has taken most of my quest usages these days. Well, not these days, in this particular game, I should say. I don't really think that I need the USB keyboard on my lap right now, so I'll probably put that down in a minute. But anyway, what have we got? Ultra Lucky Cat, I'll take that. Not that I really need anything from these monsters, but you never know. I might. Angel is using the Glacial Agnaktor Longsword, which is a pretty good ice weapon. I think that I use the same ice longsword, actually. I don't know what your options are for ice in the longsword category. I think, I don't believe that maybe the Ore Path ice weapon is in this game as well. I can't really remember. It's the one from the old gen. It's the Edelweiss Blade. That is probably in this game. I just can't remember, because it's interesting. Once you've played a number of different Monster Hunter games, there's a point where you just can't really remember what's in each game anymore. Like, for the most part, yeah, you do remember, but there are certain things, like, it slips your mind, you know. I'll have to start doing some combinations, because Mega Nutrients, isn't that with honey? I think so. Well, nutrients and honey makes Mega Nutrients, yes it does. So we'll go and make some of those now, because I do want to. And how is the volume of the game? It seems pretty fine right now, so we'll stick with that. I won't use all my nutrients, I'll use maybe all but 5. Again, we don't really have to worry about people stressing when it comes to getting into the room, so I'll have to see how many dragon toadstools I have. It seems that I have a lot. I've been buying them. You don't really multiply items in this game, you just fucking buy them, it's no problem. I want to get Mega Nutrients, which is, stop that. The controls are a little bit different in this game, but again, everything in this game I prefer. I'm just gonna put it out there. 3rd gen is just, I like 2nd gen, I enjoy it, but 3rd gen is my home. It really is. It's my home. It's where I belong. Alrighty, let's go. So, we'll be hunting Sand Barioth and Black Diablos here. Now, as bizarre as it is... Oh, I'm not sure if I finished what I was saying regarding underwater combat. I think I must have been interrupted by something. What I was saying was that when these games were current, as in 3 Ultimate was the most recent one. Oh yeah, I got off on a tangent regarding Beta Team not implementing underwater combat. The whole point of that conversation was for me to say that I hated underwater combat at that time. But now, looking back, with only 2 games actually having underwater combat, I miss it. And I've actually got some sort of affection for it, which is really weird. But I guess that might be what nostalgia glasses do to you. I'm not sure. I really don't know how these things work. But, yeah. That's kind of the situation. I have an affection towards underwater combat at this point. I don't have any booze today, Milkshake. Welcome to the live stream. I actually don't. Oh yeah. I've got this broken glass. You can drink some booze out of that, mate. I'm pretty pissed that I did break my left glass. It's the 2nd glass that I've ever broken. And the first one was my Maledzu glass. And I'm going to tell you a story about a glass that is supposed to replace my Maledzu glass. It is a Westvleteren. I always called it Westvleteren because I couldn't fucking read it properly, I suppose. But it's Westvleteren. And it's I think it's Westvleteren 12. It's basically a better coloration glass for the Feral Imperial Stout that I enjoyed drinking out of my Maledzu glass. But I think so 2 months ago I ordered that glass online. And then about 4 weeks after having ordered that, I got a message from the seller that the item arrived at its destination in Canada. Canada! That's on the other side of the world. I live in Australia. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Now, I was messaged by the seller specifically, and he said, I don't know how this happened. This has never happened in the whole 10 years that I've been on eBay, etc, etc, etc. Which is fair enough, and he was going to send another one to me at cost to him, which is fine. It's just that, you know, I've already had to wait a number of weeks for this freaking thing, and now it's arrived in Canada. So, no, he was from Belgium, right? But some guy in Canada now has a free rare beer glass, so good on him. But, yeah, that was kind of annoying. Lost my sharpness. I'm actually going to sharpen up to get to purple again, because I find that to be important. Is that really the position? Sorry. Holy shit, I'm losing my mind. I did not mean to ping, sorry. Don't I have a shout for that? No, I don't. That's in 4 ultimate. Accidental ping. Normally I would just type that, but in this game that is. Anyway, so I was just getting bothered by the position of whetstones there, and I'm pressing all the wrong buttons right now. So, whetstones are on the very edge. That's kind of crazy. But anyway, so the guy said that he was going to send the glass to me again at cost to him, which is, you know, what you would expect. Now, again, the initial transaction took place 2 months ago, probably more at this point. And, holy shit, it's still not here. Still not here. So I contacted him like 2 weeks ago. And then, obviously my question, it wasn't like harsh or anything, I just said, it was a month ago that I contacted you about, it was like a month ago that I contacted him about the, come on, get in the trap, mate. I contacted you a month ago regarding the delivery of the item to the wrong address, blah, blah, blah. And then I got a message from that person saying his name had an accident and is currently in the hospital. And so he can't respond to me at this time. So, God forbid, I don't even know if he sent the thing, right? I have no information regarding whether or not this glass is ever going to make it to my front door. And it's a nightmare. These people just don't care about the trap right now, which is fair enough. But yeah, it's just crazy. So it's going to be a rather monumentous occasion when I finally have that glass in my possession, because it's just... He's not getting it... Oh, there we go. That was really weird. He just did not care about that trap for some reason. But yeah, really crazy, that particular glass purchase, but I didn't get ripped off. The guides, you know, on eBay you can look at sellers and you can see what their sell history is, but yeah, that guy's been on eBay since 2006 and has a shit ton of transactions, so I don't have any doubt that he's not bullshitting me, but yeah, seriously. It's pretty crazy. So I'm going to get that glass eventually, probably. I don't know, it depends how long it takes for him to get out of the hospital. They didn't actually tell me what his injury was, but it was apparently... Can't remember the exact wording, but I think the word serious was used, so I'm thinking, well, shit. He's probably going to be in the hospital for like months. If you're going to be in the hospital and you refer to that as being a serious injury, or however the wording was used, fucking tornadoes. I'm about to get fucked by this big one. Thank God for that invulnerability period. But yeah, seriously. And also, Craigslist is not in any way comparable to... oh, Volvodon's coming after me. But yeah, eBay is a lot more reliable than Craigslist, because you can actually see information on the sellers and their past transactions and how people have rated that. So, it's like Craigslist, some random fucking person somewhere. So, yeah. Who's Craig and why does he have a list? That's what I want to know. May as well cut this tail. Please let me get the actual charge off before it gets cut off. Thankfully that happened. Feels really weird using Greatsword right now because it's been a while. Just need to get back in the groove. Some crazy hooker and her boyfriend tried to rob me. Well, that's a very nice story, Milkshake. I suppose I don't really have anything that matches that one. But, yeah. I don't know how many months it's going to take for that glass to get to me. It will be more than 3, I can tell you that much. But more than 4? Hopefully not. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. I don't know what Lou is doing. I think he's AFK. You can see on that tiny map display that he's over there. And there's one complaint that I do have about this game. It's the tiny size of the heads-up display. It was something that bothered me back when the game came out. And, yeah, it still kind of bothers me. I did get used to it after a while, but again, playing all the Monster Hunter games after this one, and before this one, makes it pretty clear that this is a pretty silly size for the heads-up display, but, anyway. Oh, there goes the tail. I suppose I should have been aiming for that one. Excuse me. But yeah, oh, you fucking Rhinopolis, every time. Every time I play 3 Ultimate, you are here, ready to fuck me in the ass. Oh my god. Just trying to actually attack the Barioth, and then I got stuck around that Rhinopolis. Ugh. So annoying. So, we are now moving on to a monster that is going to be a little bit of a nightmare using greatswords. So, I did realise that I was going to be fighting this monster going forward while using the greatsword, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. Probably moved on from here. Use a Psycho Serum, see what's going on. Has indeed moved on. Ugh. I do plan to stream for quite some time, by the way, because it's 3 Ultimate, and I've got to have some fun. Oh, it's Volvodon. Okay, so obviously we need to wait for Diablos to spawn. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting it to be one at a time, but whatever. I believe the rule is that you can't have more than 2 monsters, like, on the map at the same time. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. But, oh god. And of course I was right there when he decides to spawn. When Diablo spawns, he doesn't just pop out, he doesn't just come out of the ground, he dives out of the ground and hits anyone who happens to be there at that moment. So Lou is definitely AFK, frustratingly enough. Just makes the hunts go on for a little bit longer, but that's alright. Who's detonating? I guess I can try and detonate. We can paintball in the meantime. There we go. Awesome. He threw a trank to do that. I'd save your tranks personally. Just use a fucking paintball. He might not have had paintballs in his inventory, I don't know. Did miss that that charge, unfortunately. Try and get a level 3 here? Okay. Uh-oh. Couldn't shield in time. I was willing to sacrifice sharpness to shield that attack, but, yeah. Fucking Diablos, man. I might put down a shock, we'll see. Actually, I might wait until he's exhausted before doing that, or at the very least not in rage mode, so... Yeah, Hunter must hoont. Huh. I absolutely hate Diablos. I've never been a fan of Diablos in any of the games. Diablos used to wreck me back in Freedom Unite when that was my first game. But then I managed to realise that going pellet light bowgun was definitely a thing that made life easier. But I'm pretty sure they fixed that in this game. I don't think the tail is quite so much of an overpowered shot zone now. But yeah, shooting the tail in Unite, that was a really good way to fight him. And Monoblus as well. It just made a huge difference to the fight. Because if you didn't do that, it was actually one of the most annoying fights in the game, as far as I was concerned. So, yeah, not as annoying as Plezioth or Lavazioth, but still very much up there. Oh, freaking Volvi tongue. Bloody Volvi. But yeah, again, it's really good to be back in this game. And I guess one thing that is a little difficult to get used to is the way the camera moves. It's very strange. It doesn't move normally. It's got a very almost delayed movement to it. And oh no, this isn't good. Because I'm using the classic controller, spinning my analog sticks is actually a little noisy. The reason why I spin the analog sticks while playing Generations Ultimate is because it basically has no noise to it. But in this game, when I'm using the classic controller, it has the same grooves that the, what do you call it? The GameCube controller has. It's very much a Nintendo thing at this point. You've got the GameCube controller analog stick, you've got the nunchuck for the Wii, you've got the Wii Classic controller. They all have those same grooves, which I don't actually mind, but again, it's a little bit noisy when you're trying to spin him around. Which might be a good thing. Managed to knock him over. I'm using the strongest greatsword in the game at this point, so you'd hope I'd be doing a bit of knocking over. Alright, can we get a level 2? No, not even a level 2. Well, not even a level 1 at that point, because we immediately got charged. So that kind of sucked a little bit. Supplies have arrived. Maybe Lou can go and take them all. It's a little annoying that Lou went AFK. Especially considering this was the quest that he posted, or she posted, but whatever. Thor's hammer. Let's get some other lightning hammer. Demi is using the stupid spearfish tuna thing, I think it's called. I think I messed up the timing on that charge. I wasn't watching properly. I'm going to go and whip out a shock trap, because I said that I would do that once he became... Please don't. That was so lucky. Oh, come on! I was about to say that it was so lucky that I didn't get flinched by that. You fucking moronic bastard! You and your fucking long swords. Anyone have sonic bombs? I never bring them. Because I always forget. I always forget without fail. Fuck me dead. Stupid longsword bastard. You know, most people will recognize the fact that... Okay, there we go. What am I pressing? Plus. Sometimes it's select, sometimes it's plus, sometimes it's beat. Frickin' Monster Hunter can never be consistent with the skip button. It's so annoying. So in the PSP games it was select. In the 3rd gen games, well, no, not even 3rd gen because Portable 3rd was a PSP game, but in Tryon 3U it was start, and then... What was it in 4 Ultimate? Like on the 3DS in general, what was that? It was, well no, not in the 3DS in general, because Generations had the same B skipping as Generations Ultimate. I think... I don't remember. I don't remember what the skipping button was in 4 Ultimate, but it wasn't B, we can say that. Oh dear. So if Lou is still gone, I'd like to do a hunt without that person, so we don't have to wait for them to return. Got no idea how long they will take to come back. But anyway. If they do take too long, I might move on to another room or something. Alright, we're on 99 with that. I am checking to see if I have 99 of any of these items in my box, because I don't want to use up too many slots. I'm at the point in the game where I just don't have many slots left. So it is important for me to actually be sensible with that. I will save my progress. That might be a good idea. Alrighty. I don't know anything about Bloodborne, so I don't know why you're talking to me about it. I mean, if you know me at all, you would know that I fucking hate that game. I actually have a guy who always comes on to my Demon Souls live streams and is like, I'm playing Bloodborne. I'm like, well, nice, I guess. Again, I'm doing singular purchases of these items. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, that's right, Milkshake. I can't stand that game. I played it when it came out, and I don't actually recall having such a fucking unpleasant experience while playing a video game. I don't recall. But anyway, Demi left. And Lou came back immediately, which would suggest that Lou is back. So did Lou just, I guess, leech the quest? Not that Lou would need to leech the quest, but yeah, that was weird. Yeah, I do hate Bloodborne, and I can give you a very, very... Okay, the room has been disbanded. Well, it would have been nice for you to give me a chance to leave first. It's sort of an etiquette thing in 3 Ultimate. I'm not going to discuss Bloodborne, actually. I'm not going to record 3 Ultimate and talk about that fucking game, but basically, I don't like how the combat works. I don't like how the world works. I don't like any of it. And back when I was playing it before, it still had those super, super long loading screens. So that just added to my frustration in a way that no other game has, really. What are these people doing? Zin Clan G. Nintendo. You know what really gives me the shits? Is that at this stage in the game's lifespan, there are still people who want to have passworded rooms. If you want a passworded room, just don't even play in this area. Like, just go onto one of the empty areas, you know? It makes me so annoyed to see people doing that. Because there are not many available hunts these days. And yet, people want to have passworded rooms. It's so... I find it rude, actually. Everyone's on a quest at the moment, so no matter what, I will have to wait. So, Mephistanos. He might be in the room. Let's have a look and see if he's there. He's French, but, it's funny because he has the room name as, French G, but you're not going to be getting French players in there only, mate. Like, there's no one playing, so you're going to have to just accept what you get, alright? So you're hunter rank 30-something or other, and I was meaning to look at him, but I looked at Char instead. That's a fair enough quest. It's all-terrain terror. And I think we'll go with... What's a good common element for this? I guess there isn't one. Oh, milkshake. You've got the double whammy this time. You're talking about my 2 least favourite games. You discussed the 2 games that... Anyway, I'm not even going to get into it. The long and short of it is... Not now. But it will be. Once the new expansion comes out. Right now, it's not worth... It's not worth, like... Anything. Like, I wouldn't... Ugh, that fucking game. Anyway. Every live stream someone mentions that fucking game. And I'm not, like, blaming you specifically. Like, don't take that the wrong way. But I can't escape that game. I cannot escape that video game. I want to go back to a time before that game fucking released. Because... Anyway. Yeah, I did save you $60. It's not... I mean... Again, like I said, it will be worth the money once you get the expansion, probably. I mean, I don't even know like how much they're adding, but it will probably be more worth it. I don't know, but holy shit. What do I want to use? Do I want to use slime? Haven't used slime in a while. Do I have a slime? What slime weapons do I have? Yeah, definitely wait, milkshake. Or you could get the game now and get ready for... Because it's like additional G-rank content. It's like another level of content. So you could get organized before that point. But still, like, I wouldn't recommend it. Even now, I think I would generally recommend against playing the fucking game at all. But, you know, Tarnbull Demolisher, let's have a look and see. No, my Hunting Horn set is quite lackluster in this game. It's element only. Where is my horn set? Wanted to show you. Horn. There it is. You can see that it has element attack up, so... It worked for me, given what I had, but it just... Nikurasu left for some fucking reason. Oh, I know why. Probably assumed that everyone was AFK or something. The fact that Dante is in the game is one of the reasons why it's terrible. Someone disliked this video, I don't know who. Why come onto the video just to dislike? There's nothing here to dislike, really. But it actually does confuse me when people bother to dislike videos in general, like... I don't know, I've never disliked a video in my life, actually, like I've never done it. Nothing has ever possessed me to do that. If I dislike the video, I'll just stop watching and that's it. Like, I find the dislike button to be a very pointless thing. Anyway. What am I doing? I don't want to use this same weapon again. I could use, Fector's Asterism. I won't. I could gun, I could, do I want a normal gun? Let's normal gun, I guess. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, that's what sensible people do. If they don't like something, they'll just leave. And then that's it. It's very simple. But no, someone wants to dislike and sort of ruin the discoverability of what I do, which is kind of a nightmare, you know. I don't mind if people dislike when there's, like, a lot of people watching, but if there aren't that many people watching, then a dislike has a much greater impact. I have to work out my gunner pouch here, because... Oh, this looks alright. Just need to reorganize a little bit here. I only need huskberries and needleberries, really. Needleberries, here we are. I have 276, so I'll probably need to buy a few more soon, because 276 isn't that much for an item like needleberry. I don't know if this guy is like hardcore AFK or what, but I guess we're gonna find out. I wouldn't say YouTube needs to remove it, it's just that I actually do prefer the star rating system, personally. But, yeah. It's been a long time since they got rid of the star system. And what am I doing? I'm purchasing normal level 2, which apparently I have. Okay, great. So that's probably all I need right now. I'll go and eat, and we'll see if this person comes back. Because I didn't say hello to that other guy, he just left. He probably assumed that there were 2 AFK people here. Which is quite common, actually, in this game. People just going AFK for a long period of time. What scotch are you drinking, Milkshake? I don't think I want to know the answer to that. But we're going to find out anyway. But yeah, I think we're ready to go. I don't need air filters. I had that because I was fighting Abyssal Laggy. So we'll get rid of that. And then we should be good. I do prefer to have a ammo and coatings, like a gunner section to the inventory. I don't like having to put my inventory in my regular items list. It's a bit of a nightmare. I do have to put up with that in a lot of other games, so yeah, quite frustrating. But yeah, regarding dislikes, I had some guy, I don't know if I've ever mentioned it. I might have forgotten to mention it in one of my Let's Play videos for Breath of the Wild. Because I was thinking I would mention it when I was next recording Breath of the Wild, and then I think I forgot. But some guy went through all of my Let's Play recordings for Breath of the Wild and disliked every single one of them. The first one that I saw, I was like, why would someone dislike this video? Like, it might have been part 16 or something like that, 15, 16 that I was watching. And I was like, hey, this commentary is actually pretty solid. I've got like a pretty good train of thought. I'm going pretty well, and someone's just gone and disliked the video. I'm thinking, the fuck do you want from me? And then I started going through all the videos and realized, okay, the guy has gone and disliked every single one of them, which makes me think, like, who is this person who... I don't know if it's spite, or they're just having fun, or... Like, what is that? Like, why would you go through all of my Breath of the Wild recordings and dislike them? It seems very strange. Makes me wonder if I know the person, or if I did the wrong thing by them in some way. I don't know. It's very odd. Oh, Balvenie. Very nice. I was expecting you to be like, oh, Johnny Walker Red or some shit like that. Well, that's good. having a decent scotch. Anyway. There's a lot of garbage whiskey out there. Oh dear. It looks like this guy is not going to come back. I'll give him a few more minutes. It's fine for me because I can just sit here and talk. I don't mind that much, but yeah. Does not look like this guy is going to come back anytime soon. This is giving me the shits. I don't mind waiting around for people to get ready for quests, but if they're AFK for a long time, it can be a little bothersome. I understand why you would go AFK here, because it does take a while for people to join, but you need to be near your game and watching, like glancing at it every minute, you know. That's what I do. Whenever I create a room in Generations Ultimate, like I don't do turns rooms. Turns rooms, that's a great way to completely waste your time because you're doing 3 quests that you don't even want to do. That's a long time to spend. You know, that's 30 to 50 minutes of your time doing something that's not even related to what you're trying to do. And then you have to do your own quest, so that's even more time spent. So the situation is that turns rooms is a fucking joke. It's probably worthwhile in a game like this where there's just like no real player base, but in a game like Generations Ultimate there's no real benefit to doing that. So it's better to just make a room for exactly what you want to hunt and just wait. It's better. And then you can two-man the thing and it will just be, you will be still at that point saving time, and you can be productive. You can do something else with your time while waiting for people to join the room. That's what I do in Generations Ultimate. It's just a great idea. Yeah, no problem, Milkshake. Give him another minute, and then I'll bugger off. He'll be pretty disappointed when he comes back and sees that 2 people were here and now they've left, but unfortunately that's just what happens when you go AFK for a long time. Can't really be any other way. Because people don't know when you're going to come back. You might come back in 20 minutes. It's one of those things, is you're too scared to invest the time, because if you wait for 15 minutes for the guy to come back, he might come back in 5 minutes time after that. Now if you knew that he was coming back in 5 minutes time after that, you'd wait, wouldn't you? But because you don't know, you just leave. Now imagine if he didn't come back 5 minutes later. What if he came back 20 minutes after that you've already been sitting there for 15 minutes? You know, you just don't know, so it's one of those things. Looks like I'm gonna have to go. Oh, that's a nightmare milkshake. It's like a horror story. I've definitely had that happen before. Or something similar anyway. So, what are we got here? Anyone is welcome. This looks like a more active room. Let's go join this. It doesn't have a room name, but that's fine. Oh dear. I wouldn't mind having a beverage because there's a lot of waiting around here. I don't have anything to drink. Unfortunately. Could have gone and bought something to drink, but I don't know, I just got up out of bed and... Ben says sup in all caps. Now the USB keyboard that I have, I can't really show you. Oh yeah, you can see a little bit of it. It's a really cheap Logitech keyboard. It's the one that I used back in my Tri days. It's been hanging around this whole time. Same with this classic controller. The 2,300 hours that I played of Tri, that I look back upon so fondly, were experienced with this very same keyboard and this very same controller. So that's always a nice thing to think about. This keyboard, it costed me like $20 back then. And it cost me $20. Costed. But yeah, it cost me like $20 back then, and this thing has fucking held up. Like, I've typed so much on this keyboard, it's crazy. I'm gonna say hello. Looks like they are close to actually killing the monster, because Ben is asking if they have tranks, and that would indicate to me that the monster is probably limping. I'm not necessarily intending on going normal gun in the next quest. I'd actually prefer to do something else. I feel like I've been doing a lot of normal gunning in my recordings of this game, so I'd like to do something a little different. I'm not going to get myself a drink, Milkshake. What I mean is that I don't actually have anything. Like, I don't have a bottle of wine, I don't have a bottle of sake, I don't have whiskey, I don't have beer, I don't have cider, I don't have anything, so, yeah. Going and getting myself a drink would require me to get up in the middle of the live stream and go and get something for the best part of 25 minutes. I'm not going to do that, so, yeah. Not worth it. But yeah. Oh. 99908 for the playtime. Of course, much of the playtime is just me sitting around waiting for the quest to start in this game, because that's just what it's like, but... Again, if I wanted the opposite to what... Excuse me, Generations Ultimate is, I've got it right here. No problem, man. No problem. Emergency whiskey for any situation. Well, I don't have emergency whiskey because I drink it. If I've got a bottle of whiskey there, it doesn't just sit there. I drink the fucking thing. That's my problem. That's why I have to, like, not buy too much whiskey, because it's too expensive, because I don't just let it sit there. Like, I mean, I'll let it sit there, kind of, but, like, I'll have a session, you know? I don't just have a sip and then leave it. I have a session every time. But, anyway. Yeah, I really need to stop buying whiskey. It's too bloody expensive. Because I'm not getting the cheap shit. It's usually like between 60 and 100 Australian dollars a bottle that I go for, but anyway. These guys are pretty talkative, and they are speaking in English, fortunately, so I think this will be a good hunt for communication. Now, to put it in perspective, I've been streaming for almost an hour, and I've been in one hunt. It's the opposite of Generations Ultimate, everyone. There's a lot of sitting around. They're coming back from the quest now, because I can, basically you can hear the Wii U loading. Or the disc loading, I should say more specifically. Oh, you import it? See, I couldn't do that, Milkshake, because I wouldn't savor it. I'd drink it too fast. I would enjoy getting bottles that expensive, but Oh, Ben is going. Well, thank God he's not the frickin' room host. That would have really sucked. So is using the... Oh, he's got double stun. Come on, man. Looks like he's got the same set as me, except he doesn't have the negative skill gemmed out, which I do have gemmed out. This is the same set that I use for Rapid Fire Element. It's just good to have this many skills for that set. And the peak performance is nice too. Like, I've never really used peak performance regularly while playing the game, but I've used it with that set because it just comes with the set, so it's just a nice opportunity to experience a weapon. Not a weapon. I'm losing my mind, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, it's not a skill that I would normally use. Jeez, I've well and truly lost it now. Are we waiting for someone else to post? Because Potato is at the quest board, and is just standing around. Yeah, we have some pretty big spiders in Australia. Some are harmless, some are not. Potato Kill can post, I don't mind. What are you using? It's full Bracky, and the Let's guess if it's the fully upgraded longsword. I'm gonna guess that it's the second last upgrade. No, it's the fully upgraded. Challenger +2, Adrenaline +1, Bombardier. That's alright. Like in terms of damage output, that'll do the job. 2 green Naga Cougars. Fair enough. We've got some pretty big spiders, but like I think we probably have the largest spider in the world here somewhere. We definitely have like... Oh, maybe we don't have the most venomous, do we? I don't know. I know we do. We have like the top 5 most venomous snakes native to our country, I can say that much, but I don't know about spiders. I think we have... Like I live in Sydney, we have the Sydney funnel web here, which I think is the second deadliest spider in the world. But that one's not so big, it's just a black spider that can be a little scary. But, where is, what am I doing? Should I go with, let's do rapid element. Let's do that. Where's my elemental gun? I think it's Ala gun, that's what I call it. And then we'll go with whatever my fire bow gun is. I forgot what it is now. Is it the Rathalos one? Azurathling Sunseer. You gotta love the translation team for this game. It's just like, they actually did a really good job. I absolutely love the localization / translation team for this game. They did a solid fucking job, I have to tell you. Really impressed with what they did. It sort of depends where you live, Milkshake, in terms of like having to deal with those sorts of animals. If you live in the city, I don't technically live in the city. I live in the suburbs, like further north of the city. But still, I'm not like close to any sort of crazy wildlife. I might get antidotes. I don't know why I don't have them in my gunner inventory. But yeah, depending on where you live, like, there are different levels to, the chances of you running into an animal like that, depending on where you live. If you're out in the bush far enough, you'll be getting gigantic snakes in your toilet and stuff, so... I suppose we'll depart. Oh no, let's not depart because I'm not at all ready for the quest. I need some... I think Green Naga Cougar might also be weak to thunder. That might be the secondary weakness, so I'll bring some thunder shots as well. But, yeah, definitely fire is the way to go. The reason why I'm not sure about Green Naga Cougar is because I know that regular Naga Cougar is almost as weak to thunder as he is fire. But green, I'm not entirely sure. So we'll have to see. Oh, I can't shoot thunder with this gun, obviously. I'm an idiot. I'm actually kind of used to using the White Fatalis light bow gun in Freedom Unite and 4 Ultimate, so... yeah, I don't have that kind of luxury in this game, unfortunately. Well, hopefully I've got enough flaming. If I don't, then I'll go to normal, I guess. Let's get moving. Did I eat? Yeah, I ate a long time ago, actually, now that I think about it. So, let's get moving. Urz has the Nether Floction, which would indicate that maybe thunder is actually the superior element for this fight. It's possible. Maybe thunder is the primary and fire is the secondary. I don't know. But that makes sense. He can go thunder and I can go fire. That works for me. We want to go over this way, I'm pretty sure. They might both be spawning at the same time. I'm not entirely sure. Apparently this thing rapid fires normal level 2, so that's going to work out pretty well for me. Once I do run out of fire. Let's get moving. The difference in sensitivity with the gun is kind of... actually, it's not even strange for me, because it's very high sensitivity in Generations Ultimate, and I'm still more comfortable with this, despite the amount of gunning that I've done in Generations Ultimate. So this just moves more naturally. It feels like a natural sensitivity, whereas in Generations Ultimate, it just doesn't feel right. It's just too sensitive. I'm being an idiot. I've lost my peak performance. I will get that back. It's not playing amazingly well right now, that's why I lost it. Come on, man, leave me alone. Okay, he's not going to do his attack that's going to hit me. I do need to actually get used to the sensitivity a little bit. It's a matter of me needing to get used to it, but it's still more comfortable. So, I'm going to stick with this. I do not element gun in many of the other games these days, sadly. It is nice to do it again. Of course, I do have Evade Extender on this armor set. It's kind of overkill for mobility because, of course, if you're using... That was a weird accent that I whipped out there. But if you're using the lightbow gun anyway, it's not entirely necessary to have Evade Extender. In fact, I would generally say that if you're trying to get Evade Extender with a lightbow gun set, don't try. But if it comes with the set, then fair enough. Just take what you can get, you know. But, seriously. It's pretty overkill. If you're getting hit with a lightbow gun set that also has Evade Extender, you probably suck. Which would mean that I suck because I got hit before, but anyway. I guess if you're getting hit repeatedly, yes, you would suck at that point. I'm pretty hungry right now, which is a bit of a theme of my live streams, as I've said time and time again. I might not shoot all of my Flame S. Oh, the next one's here. I'm going to paintball the one that we're fighting. Fuck, I'm getting flinched. Going to paintball that one so that we know who we're aiming for. The wings are broken, or one of the wings is broken, so we can sort of see clearly who we need to be fighting, but just in case. I think it's R to expand the map in this game. There we go. Just makes it easier to see who we want to fight. Urs is dizzy at the moment. He's not very good at mashing, by the looks of it. But anyway. It's very annoying to have both of them here. I don't have dung bombs here at the moment. That's another thing that I often just don't bring. But anyway. It is what it is. Yeah, come over here, mate. There is no range effect as far as damage is concerned when it comes to elemental shots. They do have limited range, but it's not... Whether you go close or far away, as far as I know, makes no difference when you're using elemental shots. Could always be wrong though. You never know. Can't always be right about everything. Alrighty. I think he's about to die. I'll have plenty of fire for both of these monsters. Go and combine until we get to 60. Looks like we won't be getting to 60. Fair enough. It's good to be crouch carving again. I do miss that. Strange things you miss, you know. Maybe I'm just one of those people who misses everything that changes in the Monster Hunter series. I probably am. But I'm just very fortunate that I can come back and experience this game with people. Because the servers are still going. But yeah. I haven't really been checking the volume here. Actually, let's drop that back. Just a little bit. I don't want the game to be too loud, you know. I want it to be quite audible, but not drowning me out. But yeah, peak performance is a pretty good skill when you're using a set like this, because you really shouldn't be getting hit very often, so it's definitely a good skill to use with a set like this. I would not recommend using peak performance on a Blade Master set, because it's just so easy to take that tiny little bit of damage. Like, if a monster turns around, you've lost your peak performance, because of course if the monster turns around and you're using a Blade Master set, it's going to hit you, because you're like right up in the monster's face. That's just how it is with Blade Master weapons. So, yeah, it makes no sense to use peak performance on a non-gunner set as far as I'm concerned. But, yeah. That's my input. Oh, I missed that completely. Well, not completely, I missed the first shot completely, but fortunately the others made contact. The first shot is what's most important, though, with rapid fire, of course. It's what does the most damage. We've got a fourth person joining the room. I'll say hi to him in a moment. Shit. Maybe I should have the keyboard on my lap or something. It's usually what I do, but alright. I don't think this Nagakuga is going to last too much longer. I've shot a decent amount of my flaming into him. I do miss the subspecies in a way, because of course in Generations Ultimate, and I am going to keep referring to Generations Ultimate because that's the game that I've been playing a lot of lately. I do miss subspecies in a way. But, yeah, I wish Deviants were better. I wish Deviants were regular fights. And they didn't have that stupid system, you know. They always ruin good ideas with shit systems. Like, Apex was just garbage. The idea was alright in some respects. Sorry about the background noise. Hopefully that stops. But yeah, seriously. If that's going to become a theme of the recording going forward, we're stopping right here, because I'm not continuing with that shit. But yeah, that would make this a much shorter recording than what I was wanting. But yeah, seems like we're going to be stopping because yeah, that background noise is not okay at all. But yeah, that's probably going to be it for this live stream, guys. I hope you did enjoy, rather. And I'll see you when I'm next recording for this game. Oh, I did not check to see whether or not I had max items. I'm surprised that I have so much green Naga stuff, but alright. Let's sell that. I'm at 359 now. We'll save, and we'll go and fix that issue with the items that we just took, that we already had 99 of in the box. Because the whole idea is that I'm trying to avoid having extra stacks for stuff that I just don't need. See, I'm almost out of stacks here, so... Or almost out of slots, I should say. Needleberry, that's fine. So, alrighty. That'll be it for this live stream. We didn't really get too much done, unfortunately, but... yeah, it is what it is. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you when I'm next recording this game. Bye-bye.